Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair. I am your host, Mr. Modern Toy Fair, and I am joined by the founder of the Neck Illuminati, the YouTube wife, Mrs. Modern Toy Fair, Jarmar _Games. But that's not all. We are also joined by the man Modern Toy Fair has full custody over. The man Optimus Prime popped and he refuses to stop. The Twilight Knight, Nate. How you guys doing this week?
Hot.
I feel
so hot.
So hot.
Yes.
Hot damn.
The sun is trying to kill us.
It is.
Yeah.
The sun
It
is
is
like
wild.
Mother Nature is pissed, and I'm just going to try to help her.
Yep. I get it. I understand.
I'm on the side of the sun, you know?
I mean, hey man,
Been
I
long
was, there was some things that happened a few years ago. I was rooting for it. I was like, mass extinction, let's go.
Yep.
Good catch.
Not a whole lot you can do. I missed it. I went
Yeah.
one way. I don't think it's the right way. But in reality, is any way the wrong way? It's all right.
It's all away.
I feel like this got into a real weird like ad for
Don't
like,
forget.
for like some
Finds its
political
way.
stuff that we don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, no, but I mean, again, I'm the 3-pump chump of taking this thing off the rails. So
This is true. I need to add that to your title. I also need to.
yeah,
I
I lost the Mac one.
Yeah, well, it's because I was still workshopping how to like what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
It was like the master of macaroni and cheese or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was the Master of Mac.
Yeah, master
I
of
think I
Mac.
may
So
have been,
let me
that may
notate
have
that.
come up on a tired podcast. I don't remember.
It was last week.
How
man.
the
You
fuck
don't
did you
remember?
miss the?
You don't
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Everyone
Okay.
else that's now watching is like, I missed it, but
Especially because even if they watched the episode, they missed it.
well, it's because because we didn't record the part where
Oh,
we
it
talked
wasn't
about
even
it.
in
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah,
No,
it was
it wasn't in the
100%
show
an
at
us
all.
thing, which makes it even more ridiculous that that's going to go
Yeah.
into his
Yep.
title.
I was gonna say
Yep.
it needs to be in there so everyone gets that reference. So
Yeah.
Going off the
amazing,
rails.
amazing.
Yeah.
so sun's trying to melt us. That's been cool.
But
You've
you've been enjoying some Dragon Ball.
That is true. That is true. I've been watching some Dragon Ball Z, dubbed with subtitles. So this is actually, I think this is
a
actually
bold
the
strategy,
pinnacle- No, this is the pinnacle way to watch.
Let's see if
this
it
show.
pays it off for him.
It's the best way. You get the worst and best of both.
Isn't it
it's
interesting though how different the dialogue is to what
amazing.
is originally said?
It's so weird. And I know my wife doesn't really care, but I'm like, listen. Okay, see, he said this, and then this is what the voice actor said, and it cracks me up. But she wonders why Gohan keeps saying "daddy," and now I can't stop doing it. So I'm always like, "Daddy, Dad." My
That should
dad!
make you switch right there because that is
It's good.
word.
It is
Oh, my
amazing.
God.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah,
Oh my god.
I love this Dragon Ball Z podcast.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's exactly why people tune in. But on a completely separate note, there was some accusations here this past week. Funko apparently decided that they were going to buy Mondo from their most recent owners, Alamo Drafthouse. So let's go through just what we do know real quick before we start all of our usual uneducated speculation. So first and foremost, Funko bought them from Alamo Drafthouse. The deal, like all the money and numbers and stuff, has not been disclosed, so we have no idea how much it was. However, Funko has claimed that it will not affect their like stock prices or market or profit margins or anything for 2022. So it's speculated that was not a lot. So Funko CEO Andrew Perlmutter, sure, that's his name now. In an interview with Variety, he mentioned that this deal was finalized all the way back on Memorial Day, or back at the week after Memorial Day. But he said Mondo's devoted fan base and high-end pop culture collectibles make it the perfect complement to Funko's current portfolio of brands. He then said, by leveraging our international distribution and licensing network, we feel well positioned to expedite the growth of the Mondo brand. And then moving down to the Drafthouse founder, Tim League, much easier name to say. he is the founder and the executive chairman. He said in a statement, which this, in my opinion, implies that it wasn't that Funko was looking to buy, it was that Mondo was looking for a sugar daddy. Over the past few months, we searched exhaustively to find the perfect partner who saw what was unique and special about Mondo, and was in the position to meaningfully invest in Mondo, nurture the team, and further the reach and vision. Funko is exactly that unicorn. He then said, the team that made Mondo amazing is staying together, making the transition to Funko, and will continue to continue their same work with the same creative vision. We got a couple more things here. We are still the same company that started in the theater lobby, and only now with even more resources to support our vision. We can't wait to show you what's next. And then the only other thing I have is Funko put out a statement saying that they intend to run Mondo the way that it's managed Loungefly, the apparel and accessory brand it acquired back in 2017. Mondo will operate as a unique brand in the portfolio, gradually integrating into common back-end functions where it increases efficiency and makes sense. So the long and short of it, Mondo was like, hey, we're doing good, but we could be doing better. Let's find us a sugar daddy. And they looked around, and then Funko was like, hey, we got some money, and you look like a hot young thing. Let's get together. And here we are. So what are your thoughts?
Sounds cool. I don't have any thoughts on the sugar daddy theory, but
Sugar daddy theory. I like it.
When I first heard this news, I don't know who shared it or whatnot. I don't know. I was like,
I think it was
that's
Jake.
kind of cool. Yeah, it probably was Jake. We'll give him the credit on there. But I saw that and I was like, well, that's cool, I guess, because Mondo's kind of like this like art house brand. We're cool. And then like Funko's like, we're for every single person literally on this face of this earth. And so now it's kind of like we'll get a mixture of both, maybe, or they'll just stay the same and just have more production. I don't know. But I didn't think it was a bad thing. I just assumed people were probably like, no, this was our hipster brand, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's one of those things of fear that like, oh, this cool niche thing that like is super limited is now going to be like for everybody. And it's like, I mean, it kind of already was. You just had to make sure you were waiting at your computer to like get your prints and records and shit.
right. I think it's cool though. I hope it does well for them. Like, and well, we'll talk about it later. But that was my initial thought. What about you, Nate?
Oh.
I'm not happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did I just call you out? You're the hipster.
Yeah, you did. You 100% did. You're like, I think we all have the same opinion about this, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Meanwhile, you're also like, oh, all these fucking hipsters are mad because their cool niche brand is not niche anymore.
Listen, he's not wrong, and that's fine. I'm not a Mondo print guy, mostly because I can't get them. I've had exactly one opportunity to order one once, and I thought about it for a split second, and then in that split second I lost.
Yep. You can't think. It's just like Top Gun. You can't think, just do.
Yeah. But I'm a big record aficionado. As if I don't spend enough money on toys. I used to spend a lot of money on records. I love soundtracks, and Mondo was really well. They were doing God's work when it come to some of the soundtracks. They would put out really deluxe packages for really great stuff. I was going to grab a couple examples, and I forgot they're in the room behind me, so I can't do that now. But I have quite a few of them. I got a really nice pressing of the Solo soundtrack that they did. But I've got some stuff from way back when Mondo was first starting out. They're also a distributor, and they're the exclusive distributor for Death Waltz Records. and I think maybe that's the U.S., but it might be all over. Death Waltz used to be a UK-based label, and they are also purveyors of soundtracks and unique, cool instrumental music. And I love their stuff even more. So I also now have to wonder, how is this going to affect Death Waltz? Will it? If it doesn't, maybe Death Waltz goes back to being an independent distributor, or distribute themselves. I don't know, but this does worry me, because while it's all well and good, Funko, deep pockets, brand recognition, and yes, they absolutely have taken Loungefly to the next level. But they also run things into the ground, and they're consistent with that, with Pops, and then with everything else that they've tried to come after that Pop, their own market.
Mhm.
They're their own competitors, because then they did Dorbs, and then they did Vinylmation, and then they did Vinyl with a Y, and
Then they did the
mystery
Mopey, the
minis.
yeah.
Yes. So it's just they've diluted their own self. I remember, because I used to buy Pops and stuff here and there, and I know this is really stupid, but I remember, I was working with a guy, and he was really into Pops, and I was casually, I liked a few things here and there, and then I remember somebody at work overhearing us, and they were like, "Oh, you like those little things in those boxes?" And as a toy collector, I was embarrassed to be known as a Pop guy.
Yep.
I didn't give a shit what they thought about anything else that I have. No shit's given.
Mm-hmm.
I had shit all over my desk at work. I mean, everybody knew, my place was, when I had my my finance job, which was super boring and everyone sucked. Anyway, side note.
Well,
so I wasn't embarrassed of that, but the Pop part,
mm-hmm.
ugh, I didn't like it. I didn't like being associated with it. So much so, and I know that's weird. I have very few in the house as a whole. My wife has some. My kid does. I have probably less than 25 at this point. And as
That's more than I
someone,
thought.
even someone who, well, shit, I know someone who is not a Pop collector and has probably 300.
Fuck.
And right. So, because sometimes
Is that friend
what'll
of the
get
show?
you, yes,
Oh,
yes, friend of the show, Chucky B.
Oh,
I figured
okay.
it was
part of that,
because he mentioned
part
that.
of that is, he always says that I'm not a collector, because he likes the properties that they come out with.
And you can't get
So
them
when
in
you
other
can't
forms. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So you end up buying Pops. I have the same thing, and I have some music ones and things like that. Shit, I showed one off on OnlyFigs last week. It was a lot cooler one, but still, you got to be very, very specific. It was the Iron Maiden one, because you're
Oh
looking.
yeah, the album. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still around here somewhere. But I'm then now I'm concerned about Mondo as a brand. They also do toys and statues. I'm not, ironically, I'm not as big of a fan of that stuff. I had a Rick and Morty set at one time. I ended up selling it because it was neat, but at the same time, I was also like, this is it. It doesn't really do anything, because it wasn't really a movable, articulated figure. It had some things that were movable, and
Even the
some
ones that
small
are
parts.
usually aren't that posable. Like I have I can't see it on screen, but I have both the Leonardo, which is in the box because it's signed, but then I have my animated series Batman, and that one, he's so heavy, and especially his cape is so heavy, you can't pose him because he can't stand on his own, and the stand that he comes with is one of those little crotch stands, so unless you have him in a pose that supports that, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I don't blame you at all. He's literally in a vanilla pose and the reason why I still have him at this point is because the base is signed by Kevin Conroy.
But yes, the resident hipster is scared about his records.
Well, wouldn't you think though that having, and I mean, I'm totally anti acquisition in many ways. Big companies buying other companies is not the greatest thing for competition,
right?
But that's neither here nor there. But I would feel like
Disney only owns a third of the industry.
Everyone loves Disney, but let them buy everything. So I would just imagine, and I don't know how the inner workings go, but I feel like one, yes, the concern would be running things into the ground of like, oh, we can do this, do this, do this. But wouldn't you think you would get more like deals? Like if you have like Funko executive versus, you know, Alamo Drafthouse executive going up and saying like, hey, we want the rights to, I don't know,
Party.
what soundtrack from a random movie that is really stingy with their, you know, their rights. Funko would probably be more likely to get a property versus them. So it should open up, in theory.
The only thing is you get into murky waters of licensing rights, because just because you have a parent company doesn't mean that passes on to
no,
like,
not
No,
automatically.
no.
I just mean
No, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's
they
saying that
have the
more money,
leverage.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
connections.
They can get more things done in that regards. But then
And
that may
I love where
devalue
your
the
head is
brand of
at.
Mondo.
I love where your head is at. Here's the problem. The Funko people could, yes, absolutely get the rights to, you know, The Blind Side and have Sandra Bullock's face on the front of the record, right?
Classic.
But
Great
the
soundtrack.
Alamo Drafthouse is going to necessarily understand that I want, you know, the soundtrack to, you know, The Devil's Honey, you know, a Lucy Fulci movie from the early in the mid '80s. You know, that's a different. Like, they're going after a different thing because they know they're going to sell 1,000 copies of that. They don't care about printing 3 million of them for the kids at Hot Topic to take them home and set them up as a display piece.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of what that is. But
how am I gonna get the soundtrack for Big Daddy? I mean,
right.
I need that on vinyl.
right. So that's where
I get
I'm at with it.
I totally get it. That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, I'm just concerned. I mean, there are definitely other labels that I like, and then ones that I like more. The bigger one for me is not so much Mondo, because they do release some big ones. They have things like, you know, Jurassic World and a lot of the Marvel ones. Like I said, they did one for Solo. I think they just did one for Rogue One. So I mean, they obviously have some big connections and big titles. But it's Death Waltz for me, especially, that it puts me a little bit of concern because I like what they're doing. Lately, they've been releasing the High Size series of Godzilla films soundtracks. I have all the Showa era ones from another brand called Waxwork, and then they have the rights to these, and you know, so that then concerns me, because where does that leave that stuff, and you know, things like that.
I'm in the middle ground here, because I am left unaffected, because for the most part I have one print from the Mondo stuff, and it's my Godzilla one. Beyond that, all the ones I usually get are Bottleneck. I'm not an album guy, and while I would love to go, you know, real deep into some of the figures they do, because while you can't pose it worth shit, that animated series Batman is fucking beautiful. They just take too long to release stuff. Like, we're talking, they make Mezco and Mafex look like they ship shit out regularly. So hell, they haven't even announced half the shit that we want. So for me, it kind of comes down, I can see both sides of the coin here. I see the beneficial side, like Jarmar said, where it could open up more doors for them. But I also see the idea of Funko likes money and they like mass producing things. The only time they really do like limited stuff is when it's like special occasions. And I think that's where my concern would be if I was a Mondo guy, is that Funko may try to make them not only do their limited releases, but do a lot more widespread releases. And I don't think we'll see anything really substantial show up in like retailers per se, just because Target ain't gonna fucking carry a $75 print.
No, but surprisingly they did have. I noticed this a week ago. I forget what it was. There was that Blade Runner anime tie-in that came out. I forget what it was called, but they actually had the Mondo soundtrack of that in Target.
Wow,
I was a little shocked.
That's where I was gonna go next with, like, where do you see this happen? Like, what could be possibly changing, or what? I guess what could we see in the future.
I'm stingy with my records, and I want them to be limited. I want them to be hard to get, because I want to be one of the only 12 that has one.
I was just gonna say though, but Target has like a whole like vinyl section. And it's kind of got, like,
I mean, I feel like you're being generous with that section. Unless your section's bigger than mine. Mine is literally like the width of my desk. It's not even.
There's different sizes of sections at different stores.
Okay.
Man, because
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty great sections. I've also seen some tiny ones, but I will say it's more than the regular
Dude.
stock of CDs they carry.
Oh,
Yeah,
do they have
that's the
CDs?
point.
They have a few.
I say what they
That's
have like
my point, though.
some
They're
gospel
mostly all
CDs and
K-pop.
audiobooks.
Like, they have like new releases and like whatever K-pop has been out in the last 6 months. Because I shit you not, I was there today, a $70 BTS package.
Damn.
Dang.
$70, and of course, there's no information as to what's in there.
No, of course not. If there was, it would
Look
be
at them on the cover.
it'd be in Korean, so you wouldn't be able to read it.
No, I mean not all.
No,
of
they
it,
would
just
translate.
American release.
Oh, but that would be funnier though if there was like big
That's
expensive
true.
thing and we put it in a different language so dumb Americans don't know what they're fucking buying no matter what. Like that just
And
seems
let's
like
be honest,
capitalism at its best.
If you're buying a $70 BTS thing, I'm sure you know everything about this bundle.
Oh yeah, I guarantee that you've been fucking eyeing this motherfucker since it was like talked about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're a big Jimin fan. Wait, what? Did I say something too much? We can move on.
No, but that's
did he just like
I
say
get
some
it.
sort of K-pop racial
I don't
slur
know.
or something? I don't know what's going on.
Big Jimin.
No, it's a dude's name in BTS.
Oh, okay.
Jimin?
Jimin.
Oh.
I think it's how you say it.
No, I don't.
Looks like it's
I don't
what he
know.
said.
I mean, you could have made that up.
Yeah, you could have called him
You're
fucking
the resident-
Jamemba and I wouldn't have known.
You're the
Somebody
resident
would
K-pop.
know.
Is that K-pop? That's K-pop. Yeah.
What's
That's not
K-pop?
What is?
That's K-pop. BTS is Korean, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
establish that.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't sounding stupid. But yeah, I just think that could further grow that area, with maybe bringing some more major things and then keeping the limited runs, but getting that more like into the store in front of people. I just think that would be cool. But again,
Yeah.
the limited runs I can understand. Because this probably could potentially hurt like resale value of
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Mondo,
100%.
statues, prints,
Yeah.
whatnot. But
I mean, it won't hurt anything that's already out unless they like start re-releasing stuff.
well, that was my other thing is maybe that they're like, hey, we should start getting these things back.
I mean, I'm actually not really that way. Like, I'm all for re-releasing things. It is cool when you have something that's hard to get, but I'm not mad about it when they do it. I'm just concerned, like, more than anything, I'm just more concerned that the focus is going to shift more off what I like.
It's gonna go more mainstream.
And it's going to go, yeah. And that's
completely fair because that's your way of getting those things now.
Yep.
And that could be gone. So I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, what if they like found a happy medium and they were like, okay, we'll give the hipsters their shit that they want, but then we're gonna have all of the MCU fucking vinyls come out with fancy artwork in Target.
well, they do release Marvel stuff.
Oh well, okay,
So
never mind then.
it's
We're
not
already
out
there.
of the realm of possibility. So yeah,
And they all
I
come
just
with the
don't-
pop figure.
I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing some sort of
That was gonna be my thing. Is
mashup
I
with
have a
that.
feeling that that's gonna be a big thing where what they'll do is they'll shoehorn pop figures into the limited run releases of some of these Mondo things. And they'll be like, oh, if you want this record, you have to pay an extra $50 because it comes with this exclusive Funko Pop that's a slightly
Ooh.
different shade of colors than the
Think
original
about
release.
that. Ooh, that resale value on that is gonna be lovely.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have the pop people after it, and then the record people,
And you'll
then you
never
have
get it
the-
again.
That's also true.
Because
Yeah,
even though Funko
None
Pops
of the-
have died down from where they were like 5 years ago, they still have a pretty fucking loyal group that will try to buy anything that has a number on it.
and so none of this is sounding fun to me.
Yeah, I take back what I said. Maybe this isn't a good thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the worst part is that if they do integrate Funko Pops with the limited edition stuff for Mondo, it's just going to make the market harder for the people who want to collect the Mondo stuff. Because I don't really see them doing too much of like, they might go a little mainstream, but I can't see them being like, we are going to have everything be everywhere and you can get it at fucking Hot Topic or whatever.
Another perspective is we're thinking about how Mondo would be infiltrated by Funko, but maybe this is an opportunity for Funko to start selling even more expensive pops under like the Mondo umbrella. I don't know. I don't buy.
Or they could
Funkos,
do
but is
Mondo-
there like
Mondo
$300
vinyls?
Funkos.
I
I don't know.
mean-
Is there a Funko
Well, hey-
Pop that's like $300?
They do charge higher for some of the exclusives and they charge higher for like the larger ones, but I don't think they've ever done anything that's really broken $100 retail value.
That's fair.
I think I don't know. I don't know how much those giant Pikachu and Batman ones were.
Oh, yeah, the ones that were like fucking massive.
But those were, yeah.
But those
were just one off.
life size kind of thing.
It would be interesting to see then if Funko kind of, opened up their own record label, and maybe they would release, the cutesy shit that people do like.
So
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about that.
So let me ask you, if your Mondo records now come with a Funko label on them, is it gonna hurt your soul a little bit?
No, I won't really care that much. But I wouldn't like it just because that's not like Mondo didn't, or Funko didn't do the work.
Yeah, they just
they
put their stamp on it and they're like, we paid for this bitch.
Yeah.
I mostly just was curious just because, much like you, back when I kind of passively collected Funko Pops, it was very much a shameful, like, dirty thing you didn't tell people about.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
That's funny.
You'd be like, here's my collection. What's that? Oh, no, look at this.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. I will say,
I had no choice. I had to buy it, okay? They don't have any Mulan figures, so I had to buy it.
I think I have less than 5 Funko Pops now. I have a glow-in-the-dark Godzilla. I have the armored Dark Knight Returns Batman, glow-in-the-dark black suit Spider-Man. I have my sexy Deadpool on my desk.
On command?
Well, he's on my desk, so he sits here in front of me and he looks at me seductively, like, gonna do something about it. But I think that's all. I don't think I have any more than that because I got rid of. Oh no, I do have. I have my disco dick down in the dick shrine because
they get smaller and smaller.
It is. It's getting smaller and smaller just because I don't need that many. Like it was absurd to have an entire shelf.
I was only trying to make a joke about it. I appreciate the serious response. So like, what company? Because like I guess Mondo didn't really necessarily need to be purchased, but this is always just a real quick fun exercise of acquisitions. Who should Funko buy next?
I thought you were gonna say who should have bought Mondo, but I like that better. Oh, it would be hilarious. Well, no, because who owns Hot Wheels right now? Is it Mattel or Hasbro?
Mattel.
Okay.
Mattel.
It would be funny as hell if Funko bought Hot Wheels.
I was gonna say Mattel.
Oh, just buy Mattel.
Just Mattel in general.
Yeah. Yep. Mattel has had some problems over the last few years. I think that would probably put, Funko on equal footing, if not higher than Hasbro then, as far as like, IPs and different things like that. But yeah, it would be interesting to see then how that would then carry over into things like Star Wars and Marvel Pops, because Hasbro does have the worldwide license of those properties in figures, which is why both Star Wars and Marvel are the only Pops that have bobbleheads, and that's why.
Even the mystery minis were bobbleheads.
Yep. Yeah, because they're the only ones.
Yeah.
It really sucks when you when you actually have a few and you realize that your Star Wars ones are the only ones that do that.
I mean, I'm not. Oh, that's right. I do have a Juggernaut one. I forgot about that too. But no, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind it.
I heard it when you picked it up, and it just made me cringe. My sexy Donald Glover as Lando Funko Pop just as a bobblehead. It makes me so.
See, I wish they were all bobbleheads. I feel like that would have made them better. Because at least then, they did something instead of just being fucking stationary sacks of shit made out of vinyl.
I would be less offended if they were all bobbleheads. Yeah.
What if they just had arm articulation?
I'd be more offended.
And no bobblehead.
I'd be more offended then.
My choice, I was just gonna make a joke and just say maybe they should buy Loot Crate so we can get our shit. But you guys gave real answers and now I feel bad.
Well, you gave us a question. Of course we're going to give real answers.
Oh, it's just a segue to a joke.
Look, that worked.
I don't know if I'd like to see them do like a full acquisition, but maybe a merger of some sorts with like Oh, nah, never mind.
And they already
I
share
take that
a
off the
whole
table.
section with NECA, so just buy fucking NECA out.
That's what I was thinking. Like, do something with that, or not like you said, not a buyout, but just more of a merger.
Nah,
So NECA
fuck
can
NECA.
still...
They need to buy him out and just kick everyone except for what's his name out? The guy we actually
Randy.
like. No, not Randy. The other guy.
I know, I'm joking.
The
Instagram dude?
the lead designer guy. Yeah.
Oh.
Me and Nate were
I know
literally
this.
talking about him fucking 20 minutes ago before you got on.
Yeah, but that was my. That's
Yeah. So
we all look to you for that guiding light, and you just look back at us like, "What do you want me to
yeah,
do?
what do you want me to do about it? I guess I had a question like 10 minutes ago, but then you derailed us with your joke question, trying to get to your.
No, that was a good question. It was a good
to
question.
get into your punchline that then backfired on you because we gave real answers. Fuck. Oh, my question was gonna be more so. So what do you guys think the reason for Mondo looking for a sugar daddy is? Because they were looking to be bought. It wasn't a situation where
Yeah,
Funko came knocking on the door and be like, "Hey, you for sale?" And they're like, "It depends how much."
I think the Alamo's in trouble.
That's what because I maybe we didn't talk about this before, but I thought we talked about it with like recent events in the world and whatnot, that they weren't doing the greatest. So
Yeah, a lot of the locations that they branded out, most of those have closed. The Austin one might be the last one. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't remember exactly how many there were. I used to follow it and stuff like that, but I never went to one, so then it kind of lost its appeal.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it, and like if anything, if I was going to go to a theater that I wanted to go to that I've never been, I would go to like the New Beverly, which is the theater in LA that Quentin Tarantino owns, and they do all kinds of cool showings and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that Alamo's in trouble, and they were the controlling, whatever
Yeah.
of that, and I think more than anything, I think Mondo wanted to be separated from that so they could continue in case they do decide to close the Alamo or not.
Well, that's fair. It makes sense.
But always remember it. Always remember the Alamo.
Damn it. Oh god. So final thoughts. Jarmar is teetering back and forth. He it could be good or bad. Nate's like,
it's good, but it's also kind of bad.
Nate's like, fuck you. I want my exclusives. I really don't give a shit because sorry, Mondo, you don't have anything to offer me. You gave me that beautiful Wolverine, and I passed on that because I was like, I don't fucking need 12-inch scale shit. Like, get out of here. So
yeah,
let us know in the comments below your thoughts on it. Are you happy about this acquisition? Are you sad about it? Are you afraid that you're gonna have a bunch of fucking Funko Pop shit put with your limited edition prints and records? Are you afraid that it's not gonna be limited anymore? It's gonna show up on Target shelves and you're not gonna be special? Let us know.
But if you got a limited edition record and print of prints,
like print of prints or prints?
Yeah,
Prince of
Prince.
Prints, like PRINC.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that that's what you were saying, because it sounds like Prince was, I believe, the goal, but I want to make sure it wasn't actual.
Again? Could you do that one more time?
Start working that guitar.
Yeah, that's
what you're working.
Hey, man. Prince works whenever he wanted to. R.I.P.
That is very true.
But on that note, that is going to be it for this week's podcast. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps us out here on the channel. Follow us over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. Check us out every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair for Wednesday night OnlyFigs, where we go over our weekly toy purchases. You can always catch that also a week later with the recap on YouTube. But if you want to be part of the conversation and chat with us, or in some cases like today where we may have been insulted by us, who knows?
I was not kind about Funko. Sorry if you're a fan. I was there at one time.
Yeah, if you're a Funko Pop collector, sorry, not sorry. Uh, check Jarmar out over on twitch.tv /Jarmar_games. Check out Why Are You a Gamer on all your favorite podcast platforms. Check it out on his YouTube channel, Why Are You a Gamer, where you can see some video game clips, and eventually season 1 will be up there as well. Nate, what you got for us this week?
I got a new podcast coming up this weekend. It's called The Prince, and we actually go through and we're going to review all types of different things regarding Prince and Prince.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully we'll
That
see you
sounds
next week.
sounds
Same
fun.
toy time, same toy fair channel. Thank you for watching.